But generally, I will tell you that what you do and what you say is much more important than what you think. So if you think somebody can cut me off in traffic or something, and my first thought would be, you fucking idiot, are you blind, or something like that, or I would look and say, look at this fool. That's my thought. It's just a sentence. It's just a sentence. But I can choose whether I want to do anything about it, or if I was to speak something, it can be, my first thought can be, oh my god, look at this fucking idiot. But what comes out of my mouth and my energy can be like, hey man, can you try to be more careful next time, please? And stuff like that. And you don't actually act upon those words. It can be the same thing as if you're in a relationship and you have thoughts about, oh my god, that girl is beautiful, that girl is sexy, or what would my life be like if I was with someone else, or it's just thoughts. It's about what you do. It's just words. It's you who gives them power. We all have capacity to think whatever. I can close my eyes and think dead babies falling off of a cliff into a meat grinder, and then there's a dog on the other side drinking that blood, and then that dog goes and like, and it doesn't have to, it's words. You can write them down, and you can take a piece of paper and write down the worst possible thoughts and look at them, and then crumble the piece of paper, and then go and hug your husband and tell him you love him. And it doesn't have to. It's because we give our thoughts so much power, and we think that we need to chase everyone, and that every one thought that comes into our mind is so important. It's not. It's not. It's what you do, and how you feel, and how you breathe, and how you interact, actually say things to people. But within the confines of your mind, it can be. But yeah, if you can answer the questions I asked you about people and everything, we can continue. I can tell you more. But definitely look into like these things, like how do I don't know, what was I gonna say? Never mind. I'll let you answer first if you want. And also, this tells me that you are being very hard on yourself, very critical about minor things, and like you say, social anxiety. Social anxiety is mostly about being very self-conscious, and when you're self-conscious, it means that you are paying more attention about how other people perceive you, and your attention is focused on yourself. You can get rid of social anxiety by focusing on other people, by just looking around. But then if you have trauma, then you might have difficulty looking around, and that's called an orienting response, or you are stuck in the orienting response, and that's something that can be dealt with through trauma exercises, which we can also do in one-on-one sessions. So there's a lot that can be unpacked from all this. Thank you, that helps. I think of awful things like slurs, and I feel a lot of shame about it because I think I shouldn't think those thoughts, and I'm sensitive to psychic phenomena, so I often wonder if people can tell what I'm thinking too. They probably can't think exactly what you're thinking, but sometimes people can see that you don't like them. And that's okay. Like, you don't have to think of you don't have to like anyone. That's okay. I think of awful things, and I feel a lot of shame about it because I think I shouldn't think those thoughts. Yeah, the human experience is full. You can be everything. You are everything. And you choose. And some things repeat easier. Do you have friends or people that you hang out with that you don't think these things about, that you think positive things about? And also, what is your opinion about yourself? Are there areas that you love about yourself? Are there people that you love, that you love things about them, that you think positive things about them? It's not that I don't like people, it's that some people trigger those thoughts and it sends me down the spiral. Oh yeah, now that makes sense. People that I'm used to, I don't necessarily think that way with. It's not even like I believe the thought, they just scare them. Oh, so this gives me more insight. You say it's not that I don't like people, it's that some people trigger those thoughts. So this is what I'm saying. It's something that's stuck inside you, some trauma from the past, and you're actually thinking those things because the trigger is making you aggressive. The trigger is making you aggressive, and you're projecting onto those people that they are to blame for whatever you feel in that moment. But those people are not to blame for what you feel. Nobody's actually to blame. It's just that you haven't processed that sort of trauma. That's, I don't know what it is. And then every time a person triggers that behavior in you, you sort of have that response, aggressive response. There's like, that fucking idiot, how can he do that? How can he, whatever it is. And you are stopping yourself from having the aggressive reaction because you know that the other person is not actually responsible for whatever you're feeling. So the way that gets resolved is by reenacting, by slowly, gently going into all the things that have happened to you in the past and trauma, and then sort of acting again. What did you want to say to somebody, but you shut yourself up, you didn't react, you didn't fight, you didn't flight, and then slowly you don't get these thoughts anymore because the people actually become safe because they don't trigger these things anymore. But this is a process. It's not easy. It's called trauma renegotiation. It helps you be more safe around people. People don't trigger things inside you anymore. Yeah, so like you say, some people trigger those thoughts and it sends me down the spiral. What you feel in your body is probably high tension, which you don't know how to release and ground. So when you're in a social situation, somebody triggers you and you go into this hyper mode, and then your mind starts racing, and it's actually your body that needs to go very low and soothe and possibly cry and possibly shake and possibly be aggressive and all the things that we fear, and we believe that we're gonna go out of control, but we need to go out of control because the controlling part is what grips the trauma, the emotion, the energy, and we need to release the control. But you need a safe space for that. You need sessions, or you can look up the book, you can look up the person Peter Levine. You can read yourself, or you can book a session with me. So Peter Levine has an audio book. It's 6 hours. It's worth of listening. It's called something trauma audiobook. You can check that out, or you can book a session. You can ask more questions. There's 20 minutes to go. These lives are every single day. You can come back, whatever you want. No worries. I've been there. So I'm speaking from experience. I wasn't born chill. So there's hope for you. There's definitely, you can resolve it. just slowly, gently, and with some really practical things. I had horrible anxiety, social anxiety. I was bullied as a kid. I fried my entire nervous system with too much weed and alcohol and whatever, and I was always on edge around people, and I still am sometimes. But I'm not so hard on myself anymore since I've done this somatic trauma thing and human design and all these things, and energy work on a daily basis, yoga, breathing techniques, affirmations. I changed my diet, that also helped a lot, because whatever you have in your gut is gonna dictate your nervous system. So if you eat a lot of processed foods, you're not gonna be able to process your emotions. So a lot of things come into play that I can help you with, or I can help you, you help yourself. What up, seeds?